Hi everyone, welcome to the first part in a several-part series called Gods I Love Sumerian, an introduction to the Sumerian Pantheon. In this short series, we're going to take a look at some of the major gods in the Sumerian Pantheon, those that exist further toward the top, minor deities and their roles, and then finally the development of the gods in their overall Mesopotamian religious system. So today we're going to begin with the major gods in the Sumerian Pantheon. This doesn't mean that we're talking about every deity in this series, but some of the ones that are going to show up frequently when you read through the texts. So let's begin with An. He is the god of the sky or heaven, as his name An in Sumerian means sky or heaven. And of course, he's not limited to that realm, but that's what his name means. In Akkadian is Anu or Anum. In the Enuma Elish, the story about the exaltation of Marduk, he is the son of Anshar and Kishar, and he is essentially father of all the gods. As you read through some of the stories, you're going to see that even though he is the one that is the source of all power and authority, sometimes he takes interesting roles that you would say he's not exercising that power in a way that you would expect. But we'll see those as we go through it. When you think about him in iconography, though, and if you look through the museums or you look online, you look at our videos, and you see An is not going to be represented all that often in the iconography. So just bear that in mind. The next major deity to talk about is Enlil. And Enlil, his name is somewhat debated, what it means. En is Lord, Lil 2 is wind. Could be other nuanced meanings, but is it Lord of the Wind? Maybe, maybe not. There's some debate about that. The Akkadian is Enlil. He is the ruling king. And you see him with An often paired together, making pronouncements. But he is the ruling king. You see him in the stories as the ruling king. And again, when these pronouncements are made or these divine councils are put together, An and Enlil are often paired. His wife is Ninlil, and his temple is the Acor, the mountain house. A2 means house or temple. Kor means mountain or mountain range. So the Acor temple is his primary temple, his main temple at Nippur, the city of Nippur. So we talked about An and Enlil. Let's move to Enki, one of our favorites. Enki is also known as Nudimud. That's one of his other names. You can see it. For example, in the next couple of weeks, I'll be summarizing Enmerkar and the Lord of Arata. I talked about that in a video, I think, earlier last week. There's the spell of Nudimud, and Nudimud is Enki. Akkadian Ea. He is the advisor of Enlil, and that's because he, as you can see here, is the god of wisdom and cunning. And if you read through any of the stories, you'll see very quickly that anytime there's a problem, almost always Enki's the one that's coming up with the solution. He's the god of wisdom and cunning, and so he is the first of the advisors. And that pattern of these sages advising the kings, is something that continues on down through Mesopotamian history. His temple is the Abzu, from the Sumerian A2, Abzu, so the house Abzu, the Abzu house, in the city of Eridu. In iconography, he is often represented with water and fish. And I'll try to find a picture here. I should have put one in here, but I'll put one up. Now, those are the top three male deities. I do want to mention in Horsag here, even though she's not always considered at the top, I think she certainly should be mentioned here. She is the mother goddess. There are a bunch of different names that she goes by. You can see in the Sumerian text Lugal-A which we'll summarize at some point in the near term. Ninurta changes her name from Ninmach to Ninhursag, so from Magnificent Lady to Lady of the Mountains. But she's the mother goddess, she's the birth goddess. And you can see her importance in the Sumerian pantheon here in a story like the Sumerian flood story, lines 10 through 14. After An, Enlil, Enki, and Ninhursag had fashioned the black-headed people, the Sumerians, they also made animals multiply everywhere and made herds of four-legged animals exist on the plains, as is befitting. So, you can see even here, just at the top, she's one of the more significant deities in the Sumerian pantheon, the mother goddess. So that's it for part 1. Short, sweet, to the point. Stay tuned for part 2, where we start to talk about the minor deities, and then we'll get into how the pantheon itself is constructed in the overall Mesopotamian religious system. Thank you.